Hello guys, welcome. It's already 2/11 26 February 26. It's 1:58 p.m. Another episode, guys. We have episode 45, guys. Welcome to my channel. Whoever's new, don't know who I am. I'm called Bori or Boricua Pati 24. It's my stage name. My real name is Jonathan, by the way. Welcome to the channel. We do stocks and crypto, guys. We do this from Monday to Friday, and Saturday and Sunday we do a little bit of gaming, have some fun and everything. So whoever's on other platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Kick, right now we're not doing TikTok right now. I'm having some troubles trying to stream there, but eventually we're hoping we could, get that rolling pretty soon. Now, hopefully everybody's watching and could hear right good. If any audio issues or anything like that, let me know. I'll do my best to go ahead and fix it. But for now, welcome guys. And so right now we're at 159 followers, guys. We need a little bit more to hit the 200. That's my goal, my next goal. And we only ask for 2 likes, per stream. It's not hard to hit the like button. But I appreciate it if you do. It's much appreciated. Well, we're a healthy community. We help each other out. And like I've said in many streams, guys, I dedicate at least 3 to 4 hours, guys, to show support on other content creators, guys. And the like, hitting the like, going over there, chatting, spending some watch hours, guys. That will help them a lot. Especially the content creators, guys, because they need to hit, especially on Rumble or YouTube. Or any other platform, guys. If you're in a program, there's certain numbers that you have to hit by the end of the month. And so as a content creator, I want to go ahead and support anybody out there that's need help with watch hours, chat account, and everything. So that's kind of what we're doing right now. And so I'm gonna run down a little small. Well, yesterday we didn't do much time, because I was a little bit still. I was still sick. Right now I'm feeling a lot better. Today I have a little bit more energy and stuff, but for the last 2 days, I was not feeling good. Even you could hear it in my voice. It was terrible. But hopefully we could do something today, much better, much better. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So let me show you guys what we got going on. Oh, we added here on this top side, guys, we added the join Rumble QR code. So if you haven't joined Rumble or haven't done the premium yet, go ahead. You guys could use your phone and scan the QR code, and it's all the process is easy to do. So feel free to do that. If you guys are looking to join Rumble, guys, it's a great community. It's a free speech community, so feel free to show support. Probably not if you don't feel good about following me, signing up with me. You could do it with your favorite streamer, whatever comfortable you feel. Okay. So let's go ahead and start off, guys. Let me show you guys the list of who are the ones that I'm supporting right now. We're gonna do this every day, showing you the process of who I'm supporting and everything. So everything on green, right? It's all the people that I've been supporting right now. With, just like I said, likes, passing by, and helping with watch hours, chatting, sharing or reposting their content. All that will help. If my way of showing support could trigger down and help motivate other content creators to do the same, or any other people that are not even the ones that are not content creating, but they're supporting the platform. If they do this, it would be much appreciated, guys. And so what I have on this color right here, this brown color, brown light brown, is it's Shield PR, but he changed his channel now. It's called New. Let me get it right, guys. Really quick. It's New Gen TV underscore official. Okay. Right now he's streaming, and we're showing support over there, guys. We're showing support. By either chatting or you know um leaving the phone on, or tabs all open, so that you can help with watch hours, guys. So we're showing support over there. So I put this one on brown because this one he's not using it right now. He's using the one that's New Gen TV official. I have it somewhere down there, down on this list. I'm gonna have to fix that right now before I forget. Let me do that right now. Hopefully I can find it. Let's see. Well, if I don't find it here, then I'll find some way to mark it down later on or fix it. But yes, he has it's called New Gen TV underscore official, guys. So if you guys could go ahead and show support over there, that would be much appreciated. But yeah, anybody on green right now is all the ones that we work with. Savio, recent one, Sergeant Wilkie, Fodub, Logical Raven, Ryu Muramasa. There's plenty here. Aircon, the TV Gaming, 7 Ninja 7, TDV Glamour X, Third Ralify. Yesterday we put a little bit of more time helping showing support on Third Ralify web, as well as Just Gen as well. I'm not sure if I have Just Gen on this one, on this list. Let me see if I have her on this list. Bear with me, guys. Not sure if I have Just Gen on this note here, this document. But go ahead and show support to Just Gen. She's part of the Third Ralify TV channel as well. This other content creator that is run by I forgot his name. It's embarrassing. But go ahead and show support Third Ralify, guys. I already showed you guys the name. So go ahead and show support. But everybody that I have here on green, guys, are the ones that we've show support. Mrs. Mam, Air Rar, AI Rar, something like that. These are the recent people that I've shown support and that have followed me as well. Air, she has a good following, I think, on Twitch or YouTube. Now she's about to hit the 100 followers on Rumble to start the program. So if you guys could go ahead and show support and hit the follow on her channel, that would be appreciated. Red Sixer fan AI Music with the W. Word, appreciate it for showing support, coming by. Remember, guys, any kind of music that you hear on the background, right now you're not gonna hear it much because I lower it because I want to speak over it. But if at the beginning I had it a little bit loud, so any type of music that you hear, and if you like what you're hearing, go ahead, show support to Rex Sister Fan AI Music, guys. All his information is on my description, so you guys can check the channel. like, follow, and support. Show support to his channel as well. So um, yeah, appreciate it, Rest Assured fam, for showing for coming by and showing support. So yeah, guys, AI RAR, however you call it. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, show support. That's her channel right there. And Reality Pocket is another one, another content creator as well. Recent. Just go ahead and show support. I haven't yet uh help him with some watch hours or chat count because he was not live at that moment. So I'm gonna have to show support to every single person that is on Black right now. Whenever they go stream, when they're live streaming, then I could go ahead and go over there and show support. you know. But I still got a little bit more work. I mean, we still got more than half of the month to show support to every single one of them. But this is what I got. And so yeah, guys, if you could go ahead and show support every day to one or two people or three people in whatever free time that you have, that would be appreciative. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. So we're gonna do stocks first, and then we're gonna run down and do the crypto. Okay. Today is no premium. Today, I mean, I already hit my numbers on premium, so I don't have to do premium for the rest of the month. So you guys are getting everything pretty much free here. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue. Let's go to third channel here. And yeah, as you can see here, I still have the QR code. So if anybody hasn't joined yet, go ahead, show support, and join the Rumble. So as you can see here, guys, whatever I have on the left, right? We have three different tabs open. We have one that is FinBiz, right? This is gonna be for scanning stocks, right? There's many different options here that you could filter out to go ahead and scan the stocks that you're looking for based on your criteria. The second tab is Trading View. Let me show you really quick. Trading View, this one right here, as you can see. Very interesting right now. We're not gonna talk about Bitcoin right now, but this is the platform right here. It's free. You guys could sign up with them, and then you're gonna have a lot of options here to use, a lot of indicators. You got different types of time frames here that you could use to help you on your journey on learning the candlesticks and the charting system. Okay. Third is the coin market cap. This right here is going to be used to scan for crypto, guys. Okay, very simple. We have some criteria that's we're gonna use for when we filter out the crypto, guys. But right now we're gonna focus on stocks, guys, and whatever you see on the left, on the right, which is this way. I know I get confused now because I had my camera flip, right, where wherever I point, right, is favoring exactly where I want to point. It's showing you exactly where I'm pointing. But now, when I got this hat, right, the letters right here were flipped, and I was like, oh my god, nobody's gonna see that this hat is Rumble. And unfortunately I had to flip the camera and view. And so now instead of me pointing left, my fingers pointing right. So that's unfortunate, but whatever, it's okay. I mean, we'll figure it out in the future. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and continue. So whatever you see on your right side, guys, on your right is a document, right? I have there listed criteria for pre-market and market open and even market close. Okay. I have for those three different times. I also have tips for checking news, right, on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, right? I also make a watch list on this document, right? You could do everything separate, but I keep everything in one document because just in case if I have like, if I'm not going through a good day and I cannot really get my criteria, I just have to just scroll up and see my criteria. Okay, yeah, I remember now. And it just, I could, adjust really quick what I'm watching and how but everything is I already have everything, all this stuff memorized for many years. And so I have it written down, and this is normally for you guys. So feel free to, uh copy the terms and try to do your own research and create your own criteria. Remember, you have to have your own criteria. Or I mean, if this is works for you, awesome, perfect. But if you need to make a new criteria, then that's really important. Have a new criteria, have rules, right? Have a system where you're not, breaking the rule all the time. You're this very disciplined, very responsible on your decisions. And yeah, this type of stocks that we're gonna watch, guys, are very risky. And if you don't know what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend you guys trading them. Okay, because you could lose a lot of money very fast. So this is not no get rich quick. I mean, you could get rich very fast with this stuff, but you have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're doing. And I wouldn't suggest you guys, I'm not the type of person that tells you, oh, trade this stock, buy, sell. This is not what we do. That's illegal at the same time, unless you're a financial professional. You have license on this, and you're an advisor, licensed advisor. Then you could go ahead and tell people, how to manage their accounts, based on your expertise and licenses that make you you know a hold for advising other people on how to make decisions. But if it's just a random person, trying to give advice, tell people, hey, buy this stocks, sell this shares, buy this share at this price, this and that, that's already illegal, guys. Okay. And if other people follow those kind of people and they make losses, the majority of times there's going to be people that are going to want to hold, if they're not, if they're losing money and they're not having a good experience. There's a lot of people that would held those other people legally in court. And then if you don't have a disclaimer, yeah, you're in trouble. So on my description, guys, don't forget to read my disclaimer, guys. Okay. I'm no professional, at all. I don't have no license. I'm just a regular guy here, just showing you guys, things that I learned on my personal experience, based on, finding stocks, and doing the rest that I'm going to show here on the stream. But I'm not no professional, no licensed advisor, no none of that. Okay, so if you guys can, go ahead and read my disclaimer, please. Okay, that will help both of us understand what's the role. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue, guys. And so as you can see, on my right, when I said pre-market and market open and even market close, for those that are new and don't understand what are these terms, right? Pre-market, after hours, all this, I'm gonna go ahead and break it down for you guys. Very simple. Okay, so let's go to stocks, guys, because that's what we're talking about. I'm gonna use same example of GME in this case, right? Which is GameStop, right? It's a stock. And so if you're looking at the 5 minute, guys, you're gonna see, if you don't have, it will be great, guys. If you're doing day trading, it will be great that you have extended hours activated. Right here on this web, you could activate it. You can have regular hour trading, and you can have extended hours, right? So I would love to have that aggregate it into the charting system because I could see pre-market and after hours. Okay, and so this blue line that you see here, guys, this blue line, this is pretty much on the trading day is showing the previous day. Is the ending of the previous day and the beginning of the next day, the next trading day. This is all what is separating. Okay, so before the trading day started, it was after hours, right? And after hours starts right when these extended hours are just temporary hours that the market is open. It's just temporary. Okay, it's not completely open, but you could trade there temporarily. It's not as much as most active as a market open, but it's still good and good to trade. So right here before this blue line, you have the after hours, right? And after hours start from 4 p.m., right, to 8 o'clock p.m. After 8, the market is completely shut, is completely closed, all the way after the blue line, right, which is at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? And pre-market starts at 4 o'clock in the morning all the way to 9:30 in the morning. Okay, so you're gonna see, there's a little bit activity there. I mean, you guys could see it clearly. Um, you know, there's some activity going on there, buying and selling and all that. There's certain brokers that are open at that time, and so there's a lot of trading there too, but not as much as in market open. After 9 o'clock, then the market everything opens completely. All brokers are working. Everything is working very fast, and so that's where you're gonna see the most activity. That's why you see these candles here. This is volume. Okay, the volume increases very very fast because all these orders are getting all these pending orders are getting executed very fast, and everything starts working very fast. Okay, and so all this activity slows down a little bit, after 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. For some stocks, it still continues to go fast, but not as much. You can see here the volume starts slowing down. And somewhere around 1 or 2 o'clock, it starts picking up again. It starts picking up, picking up, picking up, picking up, picking up. And at 4 o'clock p.m., it slows down again, and it's temporary open, but some of the brokers are closed for the day, and so some orders might be pending. They might not push through until pre-market the next day or market open. Okay, so this is where extended hours is you don't see a lot of activity more than the market open. Okay, and these hours from 9:30 in the morning to 4 p.m., these are intraday hours. Okay, this is what is considered intraday. Okay, and so these are little things that you could learn, basic stuff, so you can understand how pre-market works, how market open works, and how after hour work as well. Okay, so that's a little bit of an example of what pre-market and market open is, right? And so every time I wake up, guys, the first thing I want to do is check the top percent gainers list, right? The top percent gainers list. And so that right there, let's just use Finviz as an example to show you guys what is the top percent gainers list, right? Many platforms like Yahoo or Google, other other softwares out there that you may know, they have a top percent gainers list. In this case, Finviz, the way to find the top percent gainers list, you go to screeners, right? Then over here where it says a signal, right? You're gonna see here a list, right? And you're gonna find here top gainers, right? And right here you can see a pretty good list. You got 10 pages here of the top percent gainers, right, of the day, and you can see the percent the percentages here. Me, I focus on anything above 20%. So there's a pretty good list here. Now, Based on my criteria, all these are gonna be plucked out of the list. They're not gonna be part of my list of stocks that I'm watching. You know, and all the criterias I'm gonna mention them as we start scanning, filtering out all the stocks that we're looking for. Okay. But in this case, this is how you find the top percent gainers list. And if you go ahead and check the let me go ahead and show you guys again. There we go. On the right side, right, which is my documents. I mean, I have a set of criterias here that I use to filter out for the stocks that I'm trying to look, right? And that's for pre-market and market open, right? Now, if you see here, market close, right? This is another set of criterias. Is the same. I mean, it's literally the same thing. The only thing that changes is the percentage change. I no longer focus on percentage change, and I want to put more emphasis on the volume, guys. Okay. And so that's pretty much it. The criteria, I'm gonna run it down as we start filtering out uh, all the options here on Finviz to try to like minimize the amount of stocks that we're gonna go ahead and analyze. Okay, so bear with me. Um, and as you can see here, crypto, I have three criteria, guys, for crypto. I have market cap, I have volume, and I have percentage change. Okay, why I set a little bit more emphasis on these three? Remember, crypto, they move 24 hours, guys. Okay, they move 24 hours, they don't sleep, and so there's always an opportunity out there. Okay, and if you know your criteria, guys, if you find it helpful, then use it for your own benefit. Okay, now let's go ahead and continue. We'll deal with crypto once we start talking about the crypto. But here, right, where it says Twitter and X, right, this is what I use, right? This is the type of formula that I use to find news in case you cannot find on the softwares, in case you cannot find it on Finviz or Yahoo or any other platforms that you're using. Okay, you would want to go to Twitter, okay, and see if the company's talking about if they're posting any news on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, or if people are talking about it. If people are actively talking about it, hyping it up, saying bye bye, sell, whatever it is that they're talking about, you want to see how much activity this stock is being talked about. Okay, and so one way you could do is you could go ahead and put the dollar sign, right? Excuse me, and you put the ticker symbol right next to the dollar sign. At that, you go ahead and you could press enter, right? Very simple, and you find the most, whatever you want, however you want to sort it out. It's gonna show you the recent or the top mention, top comment for that stock, or the recent news on that stock. Even if the company didn't even posted the news, even if they went ahead and, oh, thank you, babe. Thank you, appreciate it. So I got my food, guys. I might take like a little 15-20 minute break because I don't want my food to go cold, but we're gonna continue very soon. I'm still gonna go. I'm gonna still run down these stocks really quick. Um, you know what? Let's do that after the little break that we're gonna do, because I want to like really concentrate in teaching you guys how to analyze these stocks and how to integrate all the criteria to find these type of stocks. Okay, I don't want you guys to miss anything, so we're gonna go ahead and take a little break. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of the stream. Feel free to wait, and or you can see other streamers until I finish my. It's gonna take me like 15 minutes. I'm gonna put like a little timer, so I put like a 20-minute break. Okay, so feel free to wait. Bear with me, guys. So we're gonna check all these stocks pretty soon, and I don't want you guys to lose all the information. Okay, so let's go ahead and go on a little break, and I'll be right back like in 20 minutes, guys. Okay. right, guys, we're back. Hopefully, I don't have no food, no nothing on my face. Yeah, yeah. We're back. We're back. Finally. So where were we? So we were talking about a way to find news, right? This is a tip, extra tip. Most of you guys, well, some of you guys, a good quantity of you guys, that are learning stocks and everything, or even people that are already in the stocks. Some of you guys don't know this, but you guys could find news on Twitter um, using this formula right here. You could put the dollar sign and the ticker symbol, press enter, and you will see either the top news of this stock, whether the company posted a news, or if some extra people are talking about it, hyping it up, or whatever they're talking about. You will see the most recent all the way to the most oldest news of this specific stock that you're trying to analyze. Okay, there's another way, right? On top of that, let's say you want to see last year's news only, right? You were looking for some type of news that came out last year. So you could do that. You could put the most recent news, which is, if it was today, right? You would put 2026, right? You would put month 2, and today is the 11th, so you would have put the 11th, and right here since, and then you would put 2025, right? 2025, whatever month that you're looking for, and date. And you will put this right next to the this dollar sign and ticker symbol, but you have to put a space in between them. And right there, then you go ahead and press enter, and you should get a specific news on that certain time. So if you guys don't having trouble hearing me or anything like that, let me know. I'll do my adjustments here on my side. Um, thank you, Smokey, for 422 for passing by. Now, on my guy Hernandez, 2787, Smokey 422 was not a great chatter over there, and I'm Hernandez 2787 moderator. So I removed Smokey 422 because he was being a little bit toxic over there. I mean, he was being toxic. And so hopefully you could behave on this stream. If not, then I'm unfortunately have to remove you as well. So welcome to the stream, and yeah, we're gonna go ahead and continue, guys. We have a lot to talk about, and yeah, let's go ahead and do that right now. So anybody that's walking new, guys, that see here an extra thing here that says join Rumble. So if you're seeing it, if you're seeing the stream from YouTube, Twitch, Kick, any of these platforms, feel free to, if you want to join the Rumble, you guys could go ahead and use your phone to, to scan this QR code and sign up. Okay, so pretty easy to do, and let's go ahead and continue, guys. So what you see down here, guys, I had said important to monitor the overall trend of the stocks with S&P 500, right? And so the SPY here is gonna determine how the economy is rolling on a specific day. If it's hot, if the stocks are the majority of stocks are hot, a great majority of stocks are hot, or they're cold. Is there a consolidation period where nothing is moving, stuff like that, and it's always good to scan the overall trend and see how everything is rolling. If there's panic in the market, if everything is running very, very easy and very good in the economy, you will see everything on the SPY. And so the SPY pretty much is 500 great companies out there right now, very known companies from all different type of sectors out there. And so the SPY is the ETF, right, which holds all these companies, right, in an ETF. And there's investors, long-term investors in there, for either retirement or even for your personal gain as well. Invest in these companies. Some other people analyze them, like me. I analyze it, for a short term. Other people do it for a long term. And so it's always good to check the SPY here and there. Not all the time, but to at least know where you at, at this moment, where the market is at. And so the SPY right here is, let's go ahead and check the SPY just to give you guys an example on how this ETF looks like. So I put here the daily, right? And I mark these lines of support and resistance lines. If you guys want to know a little bit more about support and resistance, I mean, there's a lot of people on YouTube that would explain it very, very good, much better than I do. Resistance lines is pretty much sellers, a big wall of sellers, guys, holding the price down. Buyers don't want to buy at the higher price. Coinbase volatility. Okay, so there's a lot of buyers that don't want to buy at the higher price, and so sellers are putting are taking control at that specific time, and they're pushing and they're trying to push the price down. With it, they mostly have a lot of orders there pending, a lot of shares to be bought. And so if there's not a lot of demand for it, then they're not gonna go ahead and buy at those higher prices. So support is pretty much the opposite of what I explained. You got the buyers on the lower level, pushing the price up. There's no sellers that want to buy at those low that don't want to sell at those lower prices, and well, buyers take control of these this price action. And so they have a lot of pending orders, a lot of shares there to be bought. And so sellers don't want to go ahead and buy at those levels. So um so that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys want to know a little bit more about supply, not supply demand, supporting resistance lines, you guys could go ahead and do your research on the. You also have Investopedia, guys. Investopedia is another web, guys, that you guys could go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and check it really quick so I can show you what I'm talking about. Investopedia. Investopedia right here. And so Investopedia, you could put support, right, and resistance levels. And so let's put here, supposed to show something here. I mean, you got articles here that you could find support. Right here. There you go. And so right here, you got an article here. I mean, it will break down what support is, what resistance is, what are the definitions and everything. I mean, you find a lot of information here. I mean, Investopedia is like a Wikipedia, but for finance, guys. So if you want to know more about anything that you're looking for, you guys could, in words, you guys could find it here in Investopedia anytime you want, and so if just in case if you want to see more in detail, you guys can go to YouTube. There's plenty of people on YouTube out there explaining what support and resistance is, and stuff like that. And so let's go to the next thing that we were going to talk about. So it's always good to check the SPY. I already said that. I said don't focus on percentage change for this, right? And it's for this, not supposed to go here. This supposed to go this supposed to go up here. Thank God I read it, because if not, a lot of people will get confused, and I don't want nobody getting confused. So let's take that off. And so today we got stocks here listed. So just like I said, guys, right now is 5:58 p.m. guys, 5:58, and so the market is closed temporarily. It closes definitely at 8 o'clock completely, and so it's until pre-market, 4 o'clock a.m. pre-market, when it opens temporarily again, which is called pre-market hours. And so these extended hours are temporarily, just like I said. There's not a lot of activity. There's a little bit of activity, but not as much as market open. Okay. And so when I scan for the top percent gainers, right, on in this, for my case, it's in Weeble, but here you could do it as well, and you'll see the top percent gainers. Now this web right here, guys. You won't see everything on real time. This has a 3-minute delay, guys. So any stock coming up, you know, any stock coming up, and if you can't see it on time, guys, you might lose your opportunity if you don't have real time. So, uh, you know, pay attention of what you're looking at, and yeah, take advantage of the softwares, take advantage of real time, guys, for not only scanning stocks, also scanning. You also need real time for the charting system. Okay. So these are two things. I'm getting like messages back and forth on my watch, and it's because I had it charging for a little bit, and now that I finished charging it, it just I'm getting all these messages, and it's just vibration on my hand and everything. I look like a like a chicken. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So this is what you would be doing right when you wake up pre-market and market open. You will be scanning top percent gainers, and then you will be going down the list that I'm about to talk to you guys in a couple more minutes. But let's go ahead and analyze the stocks that we have listed, which is four stocks here. Today is well, this was, let me go ahead and put today's date here, which is the 11th, and it's already 3 o'clock. So we're a little bit early today analyzing the stocks here. And we checked this one on the 9th, guys, 2 days ago. BRLS. So let's go ahead and check that one really quick. BRLS. And it's stocks, and it's from the NASDAQ. I mean, we already know it's not a good stock overall. Not great to be trading long term, guys. These stocks are the worst stocks that you could be trading for long term, guys. You don't want to go ahead and put all your money here and expect to make millions. Okay, you want to do short term trading with these type of stocks based on the criteria that I'm about to talk about. Okay. The only reason why we check in the daily is to see if these stocks have some type of history of running, guys. Okay. It does have some history of running. I mean, it had run a couple times here. It had a pretty good move on these 2 days there. I mean, it had a couple days running here. So at least we know that this thing could run a couple days. Look at here. The past 3 days has been running, so it does have some history. And so if we look at the 5-minute chart, guys, before we check the chart, we had said the last thing we had said, we've been tracking this thing for 2 days. So the last thing we said here, right? We said keep watch low volume compared to the average volume and float. We wanted to pick up volume and break out since it's near yesterday high of day at 187. So, I wanted the volume to pick up, but look what it had today, a volume 1 million, way lower than the average, way lower than the float. So today was not a great day to be hopping on this stock right here. Okay, it did had a breakout after hours, but I mean, over here you would have got stuck here on this trade. I mean, hardly nobody buying and selling. Yeah, not great choice here. Okay, even though it had a breakout, but some of you guys wouldn't succeeded here on the entries here or even exits. As you can see, guys, there was not a lot of activity going on here. So very dangerous to be trading this kind of stock. Okay, this thing gave back all of its gains of today, right? And nearly half of its gains of yesterday. Okay, it's low, no volume, below the VWAP line, and below the previous support levels, which became resistance once it got broken. So no good. And I'm not sure if it's gonna continue. Would have wanted more volume, but it's not showing up, and I'm not gonna go ahead and continue monitoring this when there's nobody trading it. Okay, so this one is gonna be out of the list. Let's take the date off. Okay, and so now we got JZXN. JZXN. And so those who are watching, guys, feel free to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. I would appreciate it very much. If you're new, guys, my name is Bori or Boricua Pati, whatever you want to call me, guys. Whatever you feel comfortable calling me. This is what we do from Monday to Friday. We do stocks and crypto, guys, and where we specialize more is in low price stocks. We don't specialize on stocks that everybody knows, which is the Teslas of today, the Amazons of today, the GameStops of today. All these stocks, these bigger stocks, we don't focus on. Those are more for fundamental analysis, guys. So if you do fundamental analysis, feel free to go by to go support B dash money B money. He's a great content creator, a good family man, and he does really great analysis of fundamentals, guys. So if you guys are looking for something like that, feel free to pass by, show support to my guy over there, B money. Really good content creator. So yeah, go ahead and show support over there. But over here on my stream, guys, we do short-term trading, which is called day trading, guys. And so it's only one day that we focus. Sometimes we focus on 2 days or 3 days. That's more of a swing trade, but we could do day trading more. We focus more on day trading, guys. So our key is using what we use is our criteria, right? When we're checking the top percent gainers, right, we start listing all the stocks that we might think they have possibility of running, right? And so the next thing we want to do is run down the criteria, and so based on the criteria, we're going to minimize the amount of stocks that we're analyzing. And so we're going to do that in a couple more minutes. But JZXN is one that we had listed yesterday, on the 10th, yeah, which was yesterday at 4:09 p.m. And we had said good volume, low flow, good price, had recent news, had history of running, stock closed strong, had a good run today, yesterday. Plan will be for a breakout at 281 resistance and pullback, test support off the same level for entry. So we're not trying to buy at the breakout. We're trying to buy at the pullback bounce off the support levels. Okay, so that's kind of the plan that we have. It fits most of the criteria that we're looking for, and so let's go ahead and check that one right now. So as you can see, guys, it didn't break out. like we wanted it to. It did pull back off the support levels, but these were very low support levels. This thing been running since Friday, guys. Since Friday, so it was already bound to fall. We had monitored this for a couple of days, and today failed. I don't know if it's gonna recover, guys. It gave back half of its gains, well, a little bit more than half of its gains, and try to recover on after hours, guys. Right now, it's below the VWAP line. Not sure if this thing is gonna recover. There's a lot of resistance here. Not only the lines here are considered resistance, all these channels that are stuck together with the lines, guys, those are considered resistance, part of the resistance. Okay, now these lines right here, these channels, right below these prices here, these current prices, these are considered support levels. Okay, the same thing was these, anything connected to the support lines here that you are seeing here, those it says start it says it's still streaming, everything's still streaming. Okay, everything seems like it's connected. Hopefully you guys can see me and can hear me clearly. If I have any if you see any issues, guys, let me know. Okay, so everything seems like it's working, so let's go ahead and continue, guys. Yeah, my OBS said that it let's go ahead and continue, guys. Yeah, my OBS said that it was disconnected for like very fast, and then it said it's connected now. So hopefully that doesn't affect the stream, guys. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. Okay, so as you can see here, guys, yeah, I'm no longer interested. This thing had 4 million volumes. Compared to the average, it's not much. It's not as too higher, too much, like double or triple or quadruple higher than the average volume. I do not like to see that when it's close like that to the volume. And the float, you know it's very low, but still, I would like to see at least 10 million, 20 million, or even 30 million, of volume, in order for me to be more interested in this one. This thing had a recent news, which is it has $90 million that they're gonna receive, for investments. And so that's pretty good news. That's very good news. That's why you saw this running here for these couple days. Logical Raven, appreciate it. Thank you for showing up and showing support. Appreciate it. Logical Raven, guys, is another content creator, guys. Very good content. He does a lot of streaming with G2G. I think it's G2G. I think it is gaming. I'm sorry. Yeah, G2G gaming. Very good content creators, both of them. If you guys could go ahead and show support on Logical Raven and hit the like, share, and follow, I would appreciate it, guys. So yeah, go ahead and show support. Anybody who's watching, probably not watching now live, but anyone in the future, don't forget to go ahead and show support to Logical Raven, guys. Okay. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and continue. Thank you for showing support, Logical Raven. Thank you. So as you can see here, I mean, it's lacking volume. We want to see a lot of people buying and selling, and being interested. If there was a lot of volume still at these levels, um at this drop right here, it would attract a lot of buyers, to trade at this discount. But they kind of flee away. Once they saw this drop, they flee. So everybody stopped trading. Very low volume, and it had a good news, but they lack. you know So that's why you see that drop right there, no good. And so we're gonna go ahead and take that one off the list. That one had a pretty good run for a couple days, but it's no longer interested for me to continue to watch. CNET is another one that we're gonna go ahead and check. CNET, and let's go ahead and check the what we wrote here. Good volume, good price, low flow, no recent news, so that's not good. Um, Probably does have some news, but it's gonna be in social media, guys. Logical Raven says, smash the like button, viewers. Yes, please smash the like button. Yeah, guys. Yeah. So yeah, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. Show support not only to me but those who are also chatting and everything. The one that you see on the chat, also mark on the chat. It says Red Sixers fan, guys. Whatever music that you're hearing on the background, that's his music. So if you guys could go ahead and show support over there as well, that will be awesome. Everything, all his information is in the description. So if you guys could go ahead and do that for me, that will be awesome. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So as you can see here, I have it's lacking news on the softwares that I said. Maybe it shows up on Twitter. Let me see really quick if I could see this thing on Twitter. I can't show you guys the X platform because there's a lot of wild stuff posted here, and I don't want to get flagged by YouTube or any other platforms. Just those who use X platform often, you guys know what I'm talking about. So let me check really quick. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. And so it was talked about on the 10th, which was yesterday. I mean, there were some people talking about it today as well. Latest, let me check the latest news. So yes, like 4 hours ago, 3 hours ago, there was people talking about it, hyping it up and everything. Um, so not a lot legit posting here. This is more hyping the stock, either for to go long or to short. So I wouldn't focus too much on what everybody's talking about here. The only thing that you would focus on if there's people talking about it. That's the most important thing, that there's news. And so yes, on social media there's people talking about it still. And so that's very important to know. So yes, it did have news on software. However, news on X/Twitter. So that's kind of important. At least it has some type of small news on X. So that doesn't discount the stock from being watched. However, we're gonna continue talking about it. So it does has history of running. I would love for it to, right here I said I would love for it to wait for the breakout and then bounce wait for the bounce off support at 102. Here I don't see it happening. It lack a lot of volume, guys. It failed to today. I mean, look at the volume, 633,000. Probably if we were watching it on pre-market, guys, this thing never show up on top percent gainers because first of all, it has to have a percentage change, more than at least 1% change to show up on the top percent gainers. And compared to yesterday's close, this thing had 0. This thing was below, very 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 low percentage. Right now it closed at 22%, negative 22%, guys. So that's not good. Okay. And 633,000 is way lower than the average volume, and it's way lower than the float. So that right there disqualifies the stock. So if I would have woke up pre-market looking at this thing, I would have already took it off the list. Um, so this one is not gonna be on the list anymore. It's taken out today. I didn't personally watch stocks today this morning. I was still not doing good. I had a long sleep as well, so we were able to gain a little bit more energy. So tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and knock the stocks off. Today's Wednesday, so we still got 2 more days. Remember, stocks trade from Monday to Friday, guys. And if there's no holidays, then great. But sometimes you're gonna see holidays coming by. Like let's just move. Let's just put a little bit. Let me show you guys how to find the holiday hours here. So you put Nasdaq trading hours, right? And you're gonna find the Nasdaq link here, right here. And as you can see, I mean, you're gonna see the holidays here. I mean, we got one very close on the 16th, and 5 days from now we have President's Day, and the market is gonna be closed. So pay attention. Okay, these are the days here that market is gonna be closed. The only time it's temporarily open is on the November 27th, right? And then we also gonna have another temporary open on before Christmas, guys. Okay, a day before Christmas, all the way to 1 p.m. and then it's gonna close completely. Okay, so it's good to go ahead and check and track this. So anybody that doesn't know, now you know how to find that. And yeah, guys, we don't want to see stocks with no value. We want to see stocks with a lot of value and a lot of data here showing it clear. It was a good plan, but it failed. It failed. There's no volume. If no volume shows up, why would I want to trade something that doesn't have no volume? There's nobody trading it. Even if you bought shares somewhere around here or something, and you got in, you're gonna have a lot of hard time trying to get those shares sold. Okay, there's not a lot of people buying and selling here, so you would have a lot of problems here, all around here. And it's not. I mean, it's not clear. I mean, you cannot analyze correctly here. Okay. So anybody that's watching this right now, guys, and doesn't know what I'm seeing here, right? All this green here, these are called candlesticks. The green and the red, all these are candlesticks, right? And to be specific, they're Japanese candlesticks. So if you guys want to, do your research on candlesticks, just remember Japanese candlesticks. Okay. The green is for the buyers, right? There is a good amount of buyers here in control of this time here. And then on these red candles, there on this time right here of 5 minute, this is a time frames here. You could use all different kinds of time frames, whatever your personal preference is. Me, I like to trade on the 5 minute. A great majority of traders, day traders, guys, like to trade below the 5 minute, which is the 1 minute, or below that. You know, it's it go the trend goes a lot. The price action goes a lot faster on the 1 minute and below, guys. It's very fast, and if you don't make quick decisions, guys, you most likely gonna lose the opportunity. Okay. So you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta know how to analyze where the trend is going, how to read candlesticks, guys. Okay, it's not only this whole line, guys. It's one by one. If you know how to analyze one candle, you will be able to analyze multiple candles. Okay, and you will be able to find patterns that happen every time, and you can recognize these patterns and make a pretty good intelligent move. Intelligent plan. That's kind of what I wanted to say. And so you gotta know what's risk, what's reward. Very important in trading. What's risk, how much you're willing to risk, and reward, how much you're willing to get out of the market. If the stock is going on your favor, you know, and how to exit when the stock is not going on your favor, when to cut your losses faster, and how to be disciplined. Okay, and that's pretty much personal. It's your personal experience, and you're gonna learn this very quick. You know, if you follow the rules, if you be disciplined, then you're gonna have a good time trading, a good trading career. Okay, so what we were talking about right now, I kind of lost my train of thought for a minute, but we checked those stocks. This one, CNET, it failed to, it failed. Man, it got disqualified not only because it didn't break out, it just lacked volume. So it's out of the picture. So let's go ahead and check the other one, Zune, SUNE. And we had said keep watch, has most of the criteria. However, overextended price, will want it for to pull back off support at 152. So we're gonna go ahead and check this one, SUNE. And as you can see, guys, this thing did pull back on pre-market, which that's what we want to see. Since it was overextended, it pulled back pre-market and it bounced off the support levels. Just like I said, guys, not only this line is a support level, all these candles holding near these levels is part of the support. Okay, all these candlesticks here. Okay, this consolidation here, this channel, all these are part of the support level. So that hold these prices up, and that's why you see this thing, once it bounced, I mean, you could have took it. It was lacking a little volume, a little bit of volume there, but it ended strong, guys. Look, it had 69 million volume, way higher than the average and way higher than the float. And this is the kind of stocks that we want to see. Okay, so this thing was moving, and we could have got it somewhere around here. um it didn't overshadow this one, but on the next one here, on these candles here, I mean, you could have took 7% all the way. It went as high as 49%, guys. So any of these levels here, I mean, it took you 4 hours to do this trade, but you could have wait for a pickup. Maybe wait for a confirmation pullback off of these levels, guys. There was a confirmation pullback here, but not clear, guys. Okay, I think the best trade right here would have been these levels here when it reclaimed the VWAP line. And right here, I mean, you could have even waited off the breakout off of these levels, or a bounce off these VWAP levels. But I don't trade based on VWAP, guys. That's why I mark over here, down here, where this green candle overshadowed these two candles here. And so this one, I mean, you had to wait a little bit, to get your profit, but it was not too much waiting, guys. This thing went 7% in 1 hour, guys. So that's a pretty good trade. And this thing went, if you were more patient, guys, this thing went all the way at the open. It went 46%, guys. All right. So those are two ways you could have traded. You could have traded at the bounce, or some people would have traded right at the open. A great majority of people would have traded right at the open on the breakout. You could have got I would have got a little small loss here on this one, because I would have got in here panic. This thing went down as low as 6%. So yeah, I would have took a little small loss here. But you could have got back on the horse. I mean, this thing went as high, after that, it went as high as 13%, off that move. So everything depends on your strategy, on your tolerance. I would have took my little profit. Remember, everybody's different. Everybody's journey is different, and their way of trading is different. Whatever worked for you at the end of the day. Okay. And this thing had it dropped right after it broke out. It broke out convincingly, but then it just, there was a lot of selling pressure here, and it went back to this channel again, to these lower channels. So this support level, it was very weak, you know, very weak. It got broken easily, and price try to, it tested these levels plenty of times, and failed to break out. These levels became stronger because you got some candles here holding. You got more resistance here off of these channels here. And afternoon, guys, is when it broke out again. Try to reclaim the VWAP very short term, and then it failed, and now it's bouncing off these levels. So this reclaim would have been a great move here. I would have catch it right here on the bounce off the support level, and this thing went as high as 16%. So that was pretty good. It bounced again off these support levels. Not sure if this thing is going to continue to go lower since it got tested here again. These support levels got tested, so very hard move here. There's a lot of supply, so interesting to see for tomorrow. Soon we'll keep on watching this one since it closed strong today, and it's still near the VWAP. It's not too extended, and it bounced off these support levels. So we'll like to see a reclaim off of VWAP and test these high days here. Okay, and this is a high day of today, this level here. Okay, so those are the channels there. And so let's go ahead and write today's date, 2/11, and it's 3:30, guys. Good breakout. Keep watching, waiting for it to reclaim VWAP and test high of day at 242 shares. Price per share, I'm sorry. 4. Did I say 242 or 4? Yeah, I was about to make a mistake there. 242 price per share. Okay, so that's my view. And key thing, if this will only happen if volume shows up tomorrow. Okay, so that's my little criteria, my watch list for tomorrow for this one. Well, we're gonna keep watching that one, but now we're gonna go ahead and scan for new. We're gonna scan for new stocks today. Okay, we don't got nothing else for stocks. And so let's put the today's date, which is the 11th, 26, and at the time, which is 3:31. Okay, we want to track everything that we do, guys, even the date, the time, and that will help you guys on your journey trading. You want to have order, guys, and discipline, and you at the end of the day, this is the money that your hard-earned money you're risking, guys, to trade. So you have to take everything seriously, so hopefully that works for you. Save, and let's go ahead and scan for new stocks. So this is the web right here, Finviz, and just like I said, I mean, you could check the top percent gainers, pre-market and market open. However, this thing has to be real time in order to have a successful scan. Right now it has a 3-minute delay, which is not good. Slow delayed scanning. So the next thing that you want to do, right, when you're in this website, you want to make sure that the screeners is clicked, right? So if you see here, the the main web here, press greener, right? Then right here you're gonna see 546 pages of stocks, guys. There's like 20,000 stocks. Uh, all these, whatever the page has available. Okay, that's a lot of stocks to go one by one, guys. So based on our criteria, we're gonna go ahead and qualify all the whatever that fits our criteria. Okay. These are pretty good options here, but we want to check everything. We don't want to make mistakes. We want to add all the criteria that we have listed into this filtering mode here. And so market cap on the first one here, you got market cap and you have price here. So we're gonna go ahead and filter out first market cap. Anybody who doesn't know market cap, right here, the greatest thing about this web is that you can hover your mouse to the word, right, and you get the definition of what market cap is. So it is called the market capitalization, right, which is the total market's value of a company's outstanding shares. Okay, so in other words, it's the value of the company. It's the total value of the company. Okay, very simple. Me, I focus on micro caps. There's many different capitalization companies on different values, guys, that you could look at. I mean, you got all from the highest of mega caps all the way to the lowest of micro. Okay, me, I like to check very low market caps. Micro is my preference. Um, which is anything lower than 300 million company value. Okay. Next thing we want to go ahead and check is the price, guys. The reason why I don't like the my preference is $1 to 20. I don't like anything below $1, and it's because most of these companies, when they go under $1, they get a delisting notification. And so if they don't you know follow those rules of getting their price over the one, if they don't follow compliance, then they're gonna get delisted, and that's not great for that company, and you don't want to get stuck in that process, okay, when you're trading a stock. Okay, that's why I trade anything above $1, right, and no more than $20. The reason why the no more than $20 is that you have spreads, guys. Okay, when you're trading, right, you will see it on the level 2, right, you will see it on the level 3, where you see the buyers and sellers, the price fluctuation, all the orders pending, and if there's a space, if there's a gap, right, of prices there that could be filled, then that pretty much is the what do you call that? Oh my god, I had the word. Fuck, man. uh, but yeah, you don't wanna be having stock over than $20. Um, it's very very you got these spreads, that it's gonna hurt you, when you're trying to buy, and so spread was the word that I was trying to figure out in my mind. But yeah, my personal preference is $1 to 20, and so that works for me. Very cheap, guys, to buy shares at these prices. You don't have to worry about getting into option trading, guys, which is another way of trading stocks, guys. You could do that, when you cannot afford big stocks that you're interested in trading, guys. However, the option trading, guys, is a 50-50 chance, guys. So you're pretty much playing that game like in the casino. When you go to the casino, and if you don't know how everything works in the casino, remember the house always have to win. That's how the business works in the casino. And so when you're doing option trading, guys, is a 50-50 chance, guys. And if you're trying to buy a contract, worth $50 or whatever money there is, if you win, you get a considerable amount of money, that pretty good money. But if you lose, guys, you're losing everything. You're not losing a little chunk, you're not losing, you know So you have to be careful how you trading. You know, a lot of people are successful on options trading, but you have to be careful, you know, how you trading them. Okay. So that's one way you could trade. Me, I don't do option trading. I trade very basic, guys. There's two accounts you can open on a trading account, guys. You have margin account and you have a cash account, guys. I trade cash account. Okay. I like to trade with my own, I like to risk my own money. I don't like to borrow from nobody else. I don't want to owe nobody if the price is going against me and I'm losing a lot of money. Mostly, you know, with a margin account, I mean, if you're trading off leverage, guys, and the stock doesn't go on your favor, guys, most of the time you're gonna get your whole account is gonna get burned if you don't know how to trade. And if you're losing a significant amount of money, most likely you're gonna owe the broker that borrowed that, you know, that gave you those that money, you know. And so, you know, it's very risky to trade on margin. There is some pros on margin, guys. You could trade as many times as you want as long as you have an account over, I think it's 25,000 or more. I don't know how they change. I don't do I don't do margin. That's why, you know, I'm a little bit um less knowledgeable on that area anymore. But usually, so you're supposed to have at least more than 25,000 if you want to trade you know, on and on with not worrying about the PDT rule. Okay. Now you have a PDT rule, right? When you have a margin account, okay? You're under the PDT rule, and if you're not over those prices that I said, if your account is not over that, then you go under the PDT rule, which you're trading only 3 days in a week. You have only 3 day trades, right? So if you do all 3 day trades in one day, you're pretty much screwed for the rest of the week. You can't trade uh more than that. If you trade more than that, then you get hit, you know, by, you know, your account being locked until you have the funds that I just mentioned, which is the 25,000 or something like that that you have to have on that account. And so, you know, very risky if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, me, I run with a cash account. The cash account also has pros and cons. Okay, you could trade as many times as you want as long as you don't lose your total amount of you don't trade with your total amount of money that you have on your account. Okay, so you know, if you trade by with increments, then you could trade as many times as you want. Now the only the well there's the let's say you use the whole entire account in one day, guys, you're gonna have to wait 2 days for that account to be back running, you know, in order to have those that money available to trade. Okay, is you know, it's resting for 2 days, you know, so your account will be resting for 2 days. So that's not good. I think on Webull you have 1 day that you have to wait. On other platforms you also have 1 day, but you know, as far as I know, it's 2 days where your account is resting. You have to wait until they become available after 2 days. So that's the only bad thing. However, it's your own money, guys. So you know, remember, you gotta understand risk reward here. You know, understand how much you want to risk and how much you're trying to take out of the market. You know, and you have to have a plan. You have to be disciplined. And so let's go ahead and continue, guys. I know I preach a little bit about that, but it's very important to know. Um, so let's go ahead and continue. So right here on this third column, right, you're gonna see relative volume. And relative volume is pretty much, you know, right here the definition, it says ratio of current volume compared to 3 months average adjusted intraday, guys. Okay, so this is a calculation, right, where they get the ratio, um doing a calculation using the current volume versus the average volume, right, over a period of 3 months in this case, which is 90 days. Okay, so they use that calculation to get the ratio, right? And so, you know, if there's more volume, if there's more volume than the average, you're gonna get a higher ratio. So My ratio, my personal preference is over 5 ratio, which is low, but it's still good. It's a considerable amount. Um, that's pretty good. And then you go to the other column next to it, and you're gonna find industry, right? And this pretty much industry in which a company operates. So really simple to understand. I only want to see stocks, guys. I don't want to see ETFs. I don't want to see other type of industries. Only stocks. Okay. Very simple to understand. And then you have performance. I want to see the stock moving, that it ran a couple hours ago, that, had a pretty good day today. So I want to see that. So I put today's up, and then you have the volume, which is the demand of the stock. Very important to understand supply and demand, guys. Um, and current volume here, it says number of shares traded today. Okay, and you know it could be selling sellers or buyers, guys. If there's a huge amount of both, then that's a considerable amount of volume. And if there's very low float, which we're going to talk about in a couple seconds, which is the supply, then the price has to bounce up. It has to go up. And if the opposite, then the price has to go down. If there's a lot of supply more than the demand, then the price has to go lower to attract more buyers. Okay, more investors and more buyers and sellers. So I like to trade anything over a million because I don't want to be stuck on a stock that's not trading. That's not, like let's go back a little bit to show you guys a stock when the stock has very low volume. You see what you see here? There's not a lot of buying and selling here compared to these days. You see this? This is a lot of volume, a lot of buying and selling, a lot of interest in this stock for a short period, and then it slows down again. You see, I don't want to see stocks that have this thing at this particular whatever particular time that I'm watching. Okay, I want to see a stock that's very active. You could see the volume. You can see the volume here pick up. A lot of price action, guys. The candlesticks look very clear. That's what I want to see. Okay, and so let's go back to the scanner, guys. And so yeah, anything over a million is my personal preference, guys. um well, that would be great. And so the next thing we want to check is float, guys. Okay, float is the supply, and just like I said, right here, the definition is the number of shares available for public trading. Does not include shares held by the insiders, guys. Okay, what this pretty much means, right? A company has outstanding shares, right? They have two phases, right? One is they have privately owned shares, which insiders of the company have, which is the CEO, employees, shareholders, etc. All that is privately owned shares. These are not for trading. Okay. Now there's some shares that are pushed into the market, right, which becomes publicly traded, available to trade. Those are called the float of the stock, which is what the company, you know uh push into the market, so that the value of the company could be, could grow, based on whatever supply they supply to the whatever float they supply to the market. Okay, I like to see very low float, very low supply, because remember, we're looking at supply and demand using volume and the float. Okay, and so anything under 10 million, that's my personal preference. That's considered very low float. And so using all this criteria, it's the same criteria that I have listed here, guys. All of it, all of it. The only thing that changes, guys, is the percentage change. Remember, the market is closed. It's 6:47 p.m. It's closed temporarily. It's still open temporarily because we're after hours, but it's gonna close completely at 8 o'clock. Okay, very important to see. And out of 400 and something pages, guys, nine out of 20,000 stocks, now you have one page and you have seven stocks to watch, to analyze. Okay. I like to see any stock out here double digits in volume, and I'm gonna explain that in a minute, in a couple more minutes. But me, I like to keep everything very organized, very open, very clear to understand, and not, not jumping into watching all this stuff. Day traders, guys, they don't care what the name of the company is. Some of them care about the sector, because if you're monitoring the sector, you could see which sector is hot, you know, over a period of time. Industry, I care less about it. Where it comes from, I don't care. A lot of people skeptical of, outside companies that are like abroad, you know, and so a lot of people skeptical, but all these stocks work the same, guys. They all fluctuate the same in the chart, guys. There's nothing different, okay? But that doesn't mean that the stocks move the same trend. Every trend is different. Every day there's a trend that goes on, that price fluctuation. So every trend is different. All I'm saying is that the candles move the same way, guys. The opening of the candle, it opens at the same angle, right? The lower body, and it closes at the top of the body. If buyers are in control, and if there's red candles, guys, it opens at the top of the body and it closes at the bottom of the body. Now, whatever you see here, these tails here, right? These are called wicks. Let me see if I can find a better wick. Okay, you see this thing, this tail here from going out of the body. All these are wicks. Okay, so if you want to know a little bit more about, which you have to know about wicks, you have to learn a little bit more about wicks. You guys could go and research what wicks are, either Investopedia or on YouTube, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue with the screeners, guys. And so let's go ahead and remove all this stuff in the way. We're not gonna want to look at the market cap. We only use market cap when we're filtering out the stocks that we want to the options that we want to check for the stocks. Okay, we remove also percentage change because the market is closed, guys. There's nothing, I mean, we're not gonna go ahead and we're not gonna focus on percentage change when it's not moving. It's not, I mean, we're not getting any benefit out of this right now. Okay, and same thing as PE ratio. There's nothing written down here because most of them, these are not really successful stocks, so some of them you won't be able to see them, and also the market is closed, so you're not going to be able to see anything here fundamentally. This is more for fundamental analysis, the P ratio, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and take a little glass of water. All right, guys, we're back. So thank you guys for coming over here, showing support. We're gonna continue doing this. Right after we doing stocks, we're gonna do the crypto. Hopefully, you guys stick around. Anybody who's watching the stream, appreciate it for showing love and support. Yeah, feel free to hit the like, the share, and follow, guys. Remember, I only ask for 2 likes. Not much, but I would appreciate it very much. And so yeah, I think we hit already, we accomplished the goal. So I appreciate you guys hitting the like and everything. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. So right here, let's go ahead and remove this. So to move this, right, we're gonna hit the custom button here, this tab, right? And you got a lot of options to input and output out of this this list here. Okay, me, I don't want to see the number, the company, the sector, the industry, the country, market cap, P ratio. I mean, everything that I mentioned. Okay. The only thing that I'm gonna go ahead and add is the relative value and the shares float. Remember, I repeat all this information every day, so you're not losing anything, guys. You can look at all the streams in the past, guys. I repeat everything every day. I do it purposely, and it's because, you know, when you're learning, when you're trying to learn, I don't want to be that guy that's just flopping all over the place, teaching all different kinds of things, overwhelming you with so much a broad amount of information, and then you're lost. You're like, where am I gonna start? That's kind of what happened to me on my journey. I was i was looking at different kind of people, reading different kind of stuff, and everybody was all over the place, and I didn't know where to start. I didn't know what I had to learn first. I didn't know what to look for. I didn't know how to find the ones that were running. So I'm making it more easy for you guys to not go, to not make the same mistake that I did, which was, it was not my fault at the end of the day, guys. I was just trying to learn stocks, and everybody that was teaching, or either they were trying to, be that person to teach everything at one shot, which is not bad, but it was not organized. Okay. Probably it was organized on some subscriptions that I've got into, but it was still hard for me to understand a little bit, and so right now I'm just teaching you guys the real stuff, which is finding the stocks that you need to find, and after that, then you could go ahead and make your analysis, and that's kind of what you're supposed to be doing, when you're trading. And so, very simple to see here, not too much information. Everything is the same, guys. um so you don't get lost. Now, any extra questions, guys, that you have, feel free to hit the chat. Hit me up privately if you want to. It's totally up to you. These type of stocks are very risky to trade, just like I said before. However, if you understand, if you learn this very well, you could do really good financially. And so we're gonna go ahead and look at all these right now. And so the next thing I want to do, guys, is I want to go ahead and sort out volume, guys. That's why I said a couple minutes ago, I said, I want to put a lot of emphasis on volume when the market is closed. Okay. So I sort out from high to lowest, right? And right here we got a pretty good amount of share of stocks here to look at. Right now we have like four, because right here this one is already disqualified. POSA. It has a lot of supply versus the demand. Okay, so this one is already disqualified. I won't watch it. ORKT. It moved from $1 to 18 cents, so that's not much, guys. So this one it doesn't have a lot of volume either, so I'm not gonna go ahead and look at this one. It didn't move much. Now this one I'm a little bit interested. HTLM, not much volume. However, it had a 316 relative volume. Look at that green candle. It went from $2.30-ish or something all the way to $4, more than $4. Okay, so that's a pretty outstanding move. Not sure we're gonna see a lot of volume movement, the price action, but it did a pretty good move here. So I'm pretty interested in watching that one. We're gonna watch it later, but the first thing that you want to you know you want to focus, guys, on 2 to 3 stocks, right, when you're trading, guys. If every day is not going to be the same. However, there's always opportunities every day. Now, you want to focus, at least, when you're trading, on 1 or 2 stocks, or 3 if a third one appear. But when you're trading, guys, you want to focus on one only. You want to do a plan. You want to finish trading one at a time. right? And then move to the other one. If the other one has an opportunity, then you trade it. But if you lost your opportunity on the second one, no problem. Go to the third one if there's a third stock that you're looking at, right? And if let's say those other two stocks don't you lost your opportunity, then that's pretty much it, guys. If you had profit on this first one that you checked, then great, awesome. That's all you need to do, and you have to do that consistently. Now let's say you took opportunity on all three, and you make good amount of money, then that's it. You don't need to keep looking for more and more and more until unless you learn everything that you need to learn and you're more advanced. Then you could go ahead and trade the rest of the day. You could scan later on in the afternoon when the market picks up, right? And you could trade throughout the day, and do that as a career. It's pretty much totally on. It's your decision how you want to trade. This journey you know is totally different for everyone out there. Okay, but the lesson here is that you don't want to go ahead and focus on three stocks at the same time, and then you end up losing opportunity on all three because you're hopping here back and forth on all three stocks, or four or five, whatever you're watching. And then you're gonna be pissed off about yourself. You're gonna be mad at yourself because you lost the opportunity on all three because you know you didn't know which one to pick. All three or four of them were good stocks. But it's okay losing an opportunity. But if you want to be consistent, guys, you have to focus on one at a time. Okay. You can have three or four or five. There's gonna be times where the market is gonna be very hot, and you're gonna see stocks trading at over 100%. You're gonna see like more than 6 or 7 stocks trading at 100%, and all of them are moving very beautiful. They have good patterns and everything. They have all the criteria that you're looking for, but you can only, I would recommend only for you to trade only one at a time, guys. Okay. Uh, trust me, you're gonna get caught, and this is and you as you're starting your journey, you're gonna make those mistakes where you're like, oh shoot, I have all three of them fit my criteria, all three of them look like they about to hit my goals. I don't know which one to get into, and you're gonna be there's gonna be time where you're gonna do that, where that's gonna happen to you. But it's part of learning. You live and you learn, and you learn based on mistakes. What you don't want to do is do it consistently, okay? Because if you're trying to make money on this, or make a little bit of money for either vacation or whatever you want to do, um then you have to have some rules, you know and so that's pretty much it that I have to say. Let's go ahead and check the NCI, which had a pretty good move. It moved from the cents below the $1 line all the way to $3.40 ish, around that area. So let's go ahead and check that one, NCI. So this stock had a pretty good move, guys. I mean, there was plenty of opportunities here, guys. This is a really small one, difficult to start the trade, but you had an opportunity there. You could have traded right here, right after the confirmation breakout, which is this one. You could have got in here at this trade right here. This thing went from, let's see, from 23% all the way to 36%. And this is the confirmation pullback. You could have marked here a resistance line. And those are the channels right there, guys. You could have took advantage of this breakout right here for a profit. Nice profit there. Let's say you missed the opportunity here. You could have waited here off the pullback. I don't know what is this. Once did we watch this a couple trades ago? Yes, we did. And it came back. This was the support. I mean, you could have took advantage on that one too, on this trade. And that line is still, I mean, it's still alive. So these are the channels here. And let's say this thing came back down, right? it challenged, it tested the support levels. You could have got it here on the bounce, guys. Nice bounce. This thing didn't overshadow this red candle. These two candles here kind of did the job right there. So you could have got in here on this trade. It went 5%, but it went as high as 13% on that move, right? That's a pretty good trade. A little bit more difficult because you have to have some tolerance on the pullback. Probably on the pullback, I would have lost a little bit right there. And remember, it's 1 o'clock. It's around 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. That's a little bit too early. This is when the market slows down. These hours right here, 11, 12, all the way to 1. Like at 1:30, it starts picking up again. That's why you see this action here. Okay. And so people that like to trade in the afternoon only saw this move right here and say, oh shoot, wait a minute, this thing is consolidating throughout the morning and it's the afternoon and everything is picking up, and so everybody's watching the same move. And off this line right here of resistance, this short-term resistance, you could have got in there on this candle right here. Look at the confirmation breakout, and this thing went from 21% as high as 56%, guys. So you had plenty of opportunity, either breakouts, bounces, more breakouts. This thing closed strong today. However, on after hours, it returned half of its gains back. So that's not good news for continuation. However, it's still above the VWAP. We might see a test again tomorrow on these resistance lines here. So let's go ahead and add the high day resistance, which is this part right here, and this confirmation pullback, which was a little small one here, but it still worked. Okay, so that's pretty good right there, these lines right there. And so next thing is these are resistance levels here. These are resistance. All these are resistance levels. Okay, I would want to see right now it traded 88 million, pretty good, way higher than the average and way higher than the float. That's kind of what we want to see, and we want to see why this thing moved this way. Okay, and you check the news, right? This thing 2 hours ago, it said NEO Concept International Group Holdings Limited announces closing of approximately 8.1 million public offering. Okay, that's is a class A offering. Okay, so I don't like when a stock does offering. Usually they desperate for money. At the end of the offering, not sure if this thing is gonna survive. That's overall. Let's see the daily chart, guys. Look, this thing is very bad overall. Had a split in June last year. This thing is trying to keep its head above the water. Today, I mean, it had a pretty good. It's still above the $1. Not sure if they had a recent delisting notification. If they did, that's not good. But I wouldn't recommend you guys trading these long term. Remember, this is short term trading. We don't do fundamental analysis. We already supposed to know that these stocks are failing companies. Okay, and so all we want to do is trade short term. These short term moves right here, based on supply and demand, guys, and based on news. Okay. Okay, and we want to see the patterns work as well, based on price action. We want to see the tape, see if how many transactions is happening, how fast they happening. Check the level 2 to find those wall of buyers and sellers. Level 3 for identifying the pretty much the wall of buyers and sellers, where everybody's stacked up, to identify the resistance and support levels. I mean, I would love to share a lot more information. I don't want to overwhelm you, but at least you guys know the basics, know how to find the stocks, and if you learn this on and on every day, eventually you're gonna get it, and if you're at that level where almost everything that I'm teaching here, then you will go on to understanding patterns, a little bit more patterns, a little bit more level 3 and level 4, and that right there is going to get you better as a day trader. Okay. And most importantly will be, out of all this information, the most important thing is risk reward, trying to manage your money, manage your risk. That right there is the most important. Okay. You don't want to put all your money on one trade. Okay. You have to be very responsible. Okay. And so that's pretty much it, for this one. Now I want to track it. I definitely want to track it. It's above the VWAP line, and it still haven't given back all of its gains. It gave back a pretty good amount, but I would want it to test these resistance levels again and see if it could test a high day. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and add this one to our list, and this is called a watch list, by the way. All this thing that I write of share, this is called a watch list. Okay, and so the first stock is NCI. We already wrote that. Let's take the bold letter. Okay. And so based on our criteria, that's what we want to go ahead and confirm. Okay, so price is above the $1, is at $1.95. So we're gonna go ahead and put one good price. Good price. Hopefully you guys can see what I'm seeing. Okay, yes. And so good price. The volume, let's check the list again. Volume still good. The flow very low. So you put volume, good volume. Low flow. The next thing is news. Has news, but not good. Okay. Daily chart, not great, but has history of running. As you can see, guys, it has a couple days there, spikes, and it had run for a couple days here. So it does have some history of running. Now these numbers are fake. This stock didn't started at $56. Remember, this thing had a split. So you're gonna see these type of exaggerating numbers, and it's because of the split, guys. Okay. So let's go back. Let's go back and write down on the note, has history of running. Overall trend, not good. And now now that we're after we confirm all the criteria that's on the stock, now we're gonna go ahead and formulate a plan. So plan is to wait for a breakout at 245 per share, and either bounce off the support levels to test high of day at 298 and 343. Is it 343? Yes, it is. So yeah, 343. Let's drop this a little bit, because oh, there you go. And so that's pretty much what I'm gonna write. Let's put the dollar signs so I don't confuse nobody. So this is prices per share. Okay. So to own one share of NCI at this moment is gonna cost you $1.89. Okay. The more shares you have, the more possibilities you could uh earn more money if the stock price is going in your favor. Okay, so let's go to the next stock, guys. Remember, we already checked NCI had a pretty good move, awesome move. Soon, we already checked Soon. Soon we have it here already on watch. Really good move. We're gonna check now the next one below, which is PHIO. We already checked this one yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, but it failed. It failed yesterday. I mean, it ended up red. You know, it gave back most of its gains today. So PHIO, we're gonna check it again once more before we move to the next one. So as so as you can see here, guys, these are the lines here of support. This thing bounced off support several times, so you could have took advantage of these support levels here, but you know, it had 15 million volume, way more than the average, and a little bit more than the float. So you know, it had a little bit of opportunity here. I mean, not bad. A little bit after 7:35 a.m. You know, these could have been, no, these, not this one right here. This one could have been a little better move here, because this one overshadowed this red one. I didn't see no green candles here overshadowing the red right after the bounce. Only this one was the one that did it. So yeah, 17%, guys, on that move. That was the only opportunity there. I mean, many people bought it around after hours and took advantage on these spikes right here, but it's a little bit too risky. It's still consolidating off the highs here, so not sure if it's gonna pick up a lot less volume compared to yesterday volume. So not sure what's gonna happen with this one. Yesterday, remember, it had a news here. It said it announced a positive phase of 1B trials. Okay, so biotechs have 3 trials, guys, that they have to go through, okay, in order to push their product into the market. Okay. It says file yesterday. It says file price target maintained with a $14 per share by HC Wainwright and Co. So they have a target of that price per share. Not sure if it's gonna hit it though. But they holding this. They're not trying to push this price down, because once it gets below the $1, then they're gonna get a delisting notification, and they're not trying to do that unless they're gonna go ahead and do another. Let me see how many splits they have. So they have 1 split, 2 splits. I don't know how more they have, but it shows here 2 splits that they have recently. So that's, you know, that's pretty much what they do in order to remain above the $1 level, you know, $1 price. Not sure to add this one. If I want to go ahead, it does look like it's turning around now. So let's go ahead and mark an uptrending support level. This is the low of yesterday, and we're gonna go ahead and mark the low of today. It could be either one of these two because they're at the same level, 115. So I'm gonna mark 2 instead of 1. So let's do that one again. There you go. Okay, at least we have a guide now. We have a guide, and there's some channels there in which price have bounced already off. You know, it bounced this bottom level now a couple times. and now it's below it. So not sure if this stock is gonna recuperate. Okay. You can also mark the high of yesterday and the high of today, and that will give you a trend as well, how the overall trend is going. So right now it seems like it's favoring going to the downside, guys. Okay, not that good. Not that good for that stock. So not sure if I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the list. So I don't want to do that. Oh, how beautiful! Really beautiful. You got those right now? Awesome, awesome. Yeah. So guys, we're preparing to have a baby in May, and so I'm very excited. We're gonna have a daughter, so very excited. Um, very happy. Don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a protector. I'm gonna be a jealous father. Oh, not toxic, but uh, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna react when they get bigger. When they become a woman, that's what I'm gonna get. I saw a movie yesterday. It was on, what do you call that? I think it was on Prime. Pretty good movie. It had who was in that movie? Megan Good. She did a recent movie. I forgot the name. I think it's called Divorce something with divorce. Oh my god, that movie, guys! It was incredible, incredible, guys. I would like. I don't want to like. What do you call that? Mess the movie for you guys, but go ahead and watch it. You guys gonna know what I'm talking about when it comes to fathers protecting their daughters. Okay, fathers would do a lot of stuff, to protect their children. You know, and so I would recommend that movie for you guys. And so it's a Tyler. Oh, it's a Tyler Perry movie. Yep, it's a Tyler Perry movie, guys. So if you guys like that kind of movie, guys, you guys could go ahead and check it up and let me know if you like it or not. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue with the stocks, guys. Yeah, FIO is not gonna be on my list, guys. I'm not gonna go ahead and take a risk monitoring this one unless more volume picks up. I would love more volume to pick up because it's a little bit too close to the float. Okay. I would like to see at least more than 18 million, at least 20, 30 million volume. That will make me more confident in monitoring this thing. Okay. Um and so let's go ahead and continue. File is not the one. PRFX. I don't see a lot going on with PRFX, but we're gonna go ahead and check it anyways. PRFX. PRFX. And so as you can see, I mean, this thing, just like I said, there was not much activity going on. It had a pretty big move here on the opening of pre-market. Um, this thing went up 161% on one candle, guys. This is the power of these type of stocks, guys. Now I wouldn't be able to take advantage of this. I would have missed my opportunity on the 5 minute, guys. On the 1 minute, I guess you guys will also not find the opportunity to take advantage of this thing. Very hard to trade. Probably in smaller time frames you could have took advantage, but this thing in smaller time frames it moves very fast, and if you don't have fast hands to execute, sorry, you're not gonna get good profit. Okay, so yeah, the 5 minute, yeah, this thing remained below the VWAP all day, guys. It's dead, 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 dead. What made that move? Let's see if it shows some recent news. It says PRF Technologies wins another European utility scale solar deployment, expanding deep solar installed commercial base. So I guess uh they have a contract here, right, in Europe. And it says another recent news says here PRF Technologies gains a firm signed software deal for Romanian solar plant. That's big news, guys. This is a contract news. Okay, that's why you see that move right there. Now I wouldn't be surprised if this thing's pick up again. It did had a recent split. That's not good. In the stock, but it may since it's two at 296 per share. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if other people are hyping this thing up. This thing might run again today. Not a good day. Um, volume not too high, but it's pretty decent compared to the float. Look at the float, very low float, way below a million, and the volume in the average volume is at a 1 million. So this is kind of what we want to see. I want to see more volume, more people interested on the buying side, for it to reclaim these VWAP areas here and try to test a high day. Okay, that's what I want to see. But I'm not gonna add it to the list because look, I mean, it gave back all of its gains, and if it remains that low, nobody's gonna be interested in watching it. Okay, especially when they're looking at the top percent gainers of the day. This thing will not appear on the list. Okay, so yeah, let's say that's not gonna be on the list. But it had really good news. So let's see what's gonna happen in the future. POSA is another one that we're gonna go ahead and watch. Well, no, this one is not gonna be on the list because there's way more supply than demand. So based on my rules and my criteria, yep, this one is not gonna qualify. Okay. So let's go to OK. No, OKRT is not another one that's not gonna qualify. Look, it went only $1 to 8. It only went up 18 cents, guys. There's not a lot of demand pushing this price up more than the supply. Okay, not much demand. And so HTML, I want to watch this one, but I'm not. I'm unfortunately, I don't know if this gonna show any data on the. Well, it's gonna show data, but I'm not sure it's gonna show a lot of demand that we're trying to see. HTML. Is it ML or LM? LM. Yep. There we go. Okay, this doesn't look bad. However, I wouldn't have an opportunity. I mean, this thing all day, most of the day, it was below the VWAP. Okay, this is the high day, and yeah, this could be considered support, but I wouldn't find no entries here, guys. Zero entry, especially when I'm trading early, very early like this. This is 10 o'clock a.m. You know, yeah, no opportunities here. Most of the day was below the VWAP. So yeah, um, no good. So yeah, we're done with the stocks, guys, for today. I mean, we got a pretty good, decent list here. We got two. Uh, that's all we need, guys. Every day, even pre-market, market open, or even market close. That's all you need. One or two stocks or three stocks if you got opportunity. Sometimes you're gonna see 10 stocks, but you only want to go ahead and add two or three, guys. Okay, trust me. You don't want to be focused on too many stocks. Most of the time you're gonna lose your chance in taking advantage. So Zune is one. Let me see if I could push this one up. Push that one up and see if I could push this note. Now we got it organized. Now this could go all the way up. There we go. Okay, and let's start off with crypto, guys. So these are the first three that we're gonna go ahead and look at first before we dive into scanning crypto for today. Also, has said monitor BTC if you want for a year, for a month. I mean, it depends totally on you guys. If you're want to know the overall trend of the Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go ahead and check Bitcoin first before we do anything crypto. There we go. Okay. And so on the daily, guys, just like I said, I mean that bounce was just temporary, guys. Was it was not an indicator where the stock is gonna go up to the moon again. Um, there's a phase here still that is going by. You still have the head and shoulders phase. Now, on this drop, guys, I would want to see now for it to bounce off these uptrending support levels. Remember, all this purple is part of the support level. Okay, so it has a lot of route to move, and I'm not sure if it's gonna have enough force to you know get all these shares bought. Okay, on the sell side. Okay. Um, yes, we see panic, but it looks we see that it's giving life, it's showing life here. So we might see a turnaround pretty soon. It's gonna take probably like a month or two to see some improvement. Probably is gonna bounce off these resistance levels once more before it bounces off the support another support levels here to take off. That's kind of what I want to see. But if it does bounce off once and then take off, I wouldn't be mad at that. But this is the kind of strategy that I would like to see. Okay, for it to bounce, have one point of contact, and have at least 2 points of contact before it takes off. Okay, it's gonna take a couple months. Okay, so be patient. There's still opportunity. There's still a lot of opportunity. I mean, I'm not telling you guys where to buy, where to sell. This is kind of what I'm seeing right now. And, I've been a lot of years, analyzing trends. So I know what the hell I'm talking about. So, yeah, we're most likely going to see another drop and test these support levels. Okay. Right here in the past, uh, we see here this head and shoulders again. It touched one point of contact. We got another point of contact. We have 3 points of contact here. Very short term point, and then it took off. You know, it had these little drops here, but they were temporary. It just took off, guys. And look how high it went. These are temporary pullbacks. Temporary pullbacks. This is also a temporary pullback. This is more considered a panic. This is more of a panic, guys. Okay. It has a lot to do with news, events out there in the world. I mean, and so, what the company is doing as well has a lot to do with the price action as well of the crypto. So, but now by trends, just by looking at the trend, is still support is still holding a lot, very strong. So we might see a turnaround pretty soon. It's gonna take a couple months, so just be patient, guys. Okay, your opportunity will come. I guess I found I don't know whoever read thinking. I don't know if you guys could see it. I don't know if you guys could see it. This book right here. I don't know. Think and Grow Rich. Okay. I don't know if you guys read it, but there's a lot of things to learn here, guys. Okay. It says here on page 5, guys. It says here one of the most common causes of failure is the habit of quitting. Right? When one is taken by temporary defeat, every person is guilty of this mistake at one time or another. Okay, so failing is not a bad thing, guys. It's part of learning. Okay, some people hear other people, give them advice. Oh, buy here, sell here. That's the most easiest thing to do in life, listening to what others are telling you and taking decisions without making your due diligence to learn what you want to learn, and you know uh, about life, and so in terms of stocks, guys, people fall in the trap where a lot of people on social media, a lot often on X, guys, where you know a lot of people fall on that trap where they go ahead and listen to this bot or whoever that's hyping cryptos and stocks. Oh, this thing is gonna go to the moon. Buy, sell, sell, sell. And then everybody's like, oh wow, it might be the only opportunity for me to be rich. And then you go ahead and put all your hard-earned money into that stock without doing no proper research, and then you fall in the trap of you know of that stock, pretty much either scamming you, or the price is going against you, because either the price already the move already happened and you were probably the last person there, and most likely you're losing all your money, based on what some other I don't even want to say the word, but yeah, guys. In summary, guys, pretty much what I want to say is, guys, be careful who you're listening to. Okay, they might look very nice, very kind to you and everything, but you don't know the intentions, and they might be good, but you might get trapped, and so please, guys, do your proper research. Don't try to take shortcuts, guys. In life, there's no shortcuts. There's zero shortcuts for success. And you have to take you know, the route that you might see success in. It might be a really rough route. You might have to go through a lot of stuff. Have a lot of tears along the way. But at the end of the day, guys, that's what you have to do in order to have success. And so a lot of people that have already have success, guys, they will tell you this and more, guys. So please keep in mind, it's always good to read books as well, and keep your mind trained. You know, uh, and so that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to like preach too much on you guys. I know I preach every day. I preach a lot to you guys, but this is what I gotta do to drill everything in your head. So hopefully you guys understand. So let's go ahead and continue. Owl is the first one that we're gonna go ahead and watch. I already did my analysis on BTC, so we're gonna go ahead and go to the first one. We have been looking at this for 2 days, and the recent statement here had a good run yesterday. It's holding near highs. We'll look for another reclaim of high day and breakout. That's kind of what I'm looking for it to reclaim the highs and break out off the highs. Okay. And so let's go ahead and check that one. OWL. And yeah, guys, whoever's watching, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and the follow, guys. I would appreciate it very much. Whoever's looking at the stream, anybody else who cannot who doesn't have the premium, or who doesn't have Rumble yet, that QR code that you guys see, that's to go ahead and sign up with Rumble. So if you guys want to be part of Rumble, go ahead, show support, and hit the QR code. Use your phone to scan the QR code, so you guys go ahead and sign up with Rumble, guys. This is an awesome platform, guys. Rumble is awesome overall. There's a lot of people, a lot of content creators there, that awesome content creators. Rumble is a tight community, very good people. We help each other out. And so if you're starting your journey, on Rumble, guys, feel free to hit me up. I'll try to help you with watch hours. I'll follow you. I like your videos. I'll repost them on either X or other platforms. We also have another platform which is called Pickaxe, guys. Pickaxe is also free speech platform. It's like a X platform, but it's a lot more free speech. So if you guys want to go ahead and show support to Pickaxe, I would love to show like a link. But yeah, you guys could show support on Pickaxe. I don't know if I could find a link, guys. Let me see. Let me get the link really quick, guys, because I can't find it on the. It's pickaxe.com. Okay. So I already posted the link. Let me see. I can show you guys a preview of Pickaxe. So this is how Pickaxe looks like. It's a lot of good people here. A lot of people, you know, it's open for you to read. These are the owner. This is the owner of Pickaxe, Jeff Dornick. Okay, so if you guys could go ahead and follow him on X, that would be awesome. Yeah, he has a great start here. A lot of great people jumping in and showing support. So go ahead, show support there. And let's go ahead and continue with the stocks, guys. Hopefully you guys love the stream and everything seems like it's working. We have 4 likes, guys. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it very much. We hit that goal today. And we're still at 159 follows. So if anybody that's new watching, don't forget to hit the follow and support my channel. So let's go ahead and continue, guys. We still have a little bit more crypto to watch. Oh, as you can see on the 5-minute, guys. Hold on a second. Are we in the right one? OWL. Hold on a second. Crypto. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, guys, this was today, right? And the plan was for it to hold near highs, which it did, right? And reclaim highs, and it broke out successfully. So look at this. You could have gotten here off the confirmation breakout, after the confirmation breakout, and man, look at that, 22% on that move. Very good crypto, guys. This is the kind of opportunities you could be taking. This thing went from that area in percentage as high as 363%, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing shows up every day, guys. Every day, these type of opportunities, guys. Okay, these are the type of opportunities you could capitalize. And if you do your research and you do your due diligence and learn this, you could do a lot of great profits here. Okay. Right now, it seemed like it's bouncing off the support levels, which was at one point it was a resistance level after it got broken. You know, after this got this level got broken, this level became support. Okay, and now it's testing support, and it bounced off successfully. It got tested twice, 3 times actually, 3 times. In smaller time frames, it probably got tested a couple times, but right here, I mean 2 times, and it right now it seems like it's not looking back. So this is a high right here, the high a day. I'm gonna mark that really quick. Boom. So really good opportunity, guys. Let me take that off. There we go. This was a confirmation. Oh well, we already got the we already got the lines here. So yeah, it bounced here. You could have took advantage of these two bounces here. Now this first bounce was not successful because these candles here couldn't overshadow this big candle here. So we had to look for another candle that overshadows a small candle. This was a pretty good one right here. And so this thing went only 3% high, so you couldn't got much profit on that one. But on this one, yes, you could have got some pretty decent profit. Let me see if I can mark it again. As high as 4%, so pretty good, not bad. There's plenty of opportunities on the breakout and on the bounce, guys. So let's see if we can mark a trend here to see where this thing is gonna turn around. So these are the lows, and this is the lower point which this crypto is right now. Well, it's not low right now, it's at a higher point, but I'm saying at that point was very low. So we mark those 2 points of contact, the previous day low versus the current day low. And if this is the current day low, then we mark those two levels there, and that would have made that whole line anyways. Okay, and we want to close it. And so this is where we seen the guide on where it's about to turn around. Okay, so if this thing breaks down, then it's already about to turn around. And yeah, this is not gonna continue unless there's a consolidation happening on the highs. Okay, that's what you see, the consolidation of the highs, and it break out once more. So yeah, that's the kind of moves you could be looking at. So let's go ahead and continue. OWL will look for a continuation move. That's kind of what we're gonna go ahead and plan. So we're gonna continue looking at this 211, 26, and it's 4:45 p.m. Successful breakout. Looking for bounce off uptrending support and test high of day. However, has been running for a few days, and eventually it has to pull back. Okay, so that's right there, my note for that one. This one right here, Avatsi. So let's check this one on Binance. And as you can see, that uptrending support level, it got broken, and now it's coming down very fast. So yesterday was the only day that you would have took advantage of that move, and today it seems like it's gave back more than half of its gains, and right now it seems like it's hovering around the lower support levels here. Okay, so no good. Let's take that one out of the list for today that we checked yesterday, and now we're gonna check this one, DFUSDT, which is D-Force. That's what the name of the company is. And I think this was also by Binance as well, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And as you can see, I mean, it broke out. It break both uptrending support levels, and this thing gave away all of its gains. And right now, it seems like it's just going down the drain. Wow, incredible. So yeah, this one is out of the list. No opportunities on this one. So it was only to monitor. That's why we didn't put a long note there. And so now all we have is to scan for new crypto. So 4:47 p.m. Hopefully you guys are loving the stream, guys. This is what we do, guys, from Monday to Friday, guys. We teach people how to find stocks in crypto, guys. Okay? Feel free to ask questions, anything that you like to ask. I'll do my best to answer. Remember, all my streams are practically the same, guys. Okay? I teach people do how to do this every day the same. Okay? So you guys could memorize all the terms, memorize some of the breakouts, some of the resistance support levels, how to mark them, and make your journey much easy. Okay? So let's go ahead and continue, guys. We're almost done for today. We're about to scan these, and so we have our criteria on the top here. As you can see, we'll use 3 criterias to find these cryptos. So first one is market cap, second one is volume, and the third one is percentage change. And so if you see this web in another page, so like let's say like this, or probably another page maybe where you cannot see this filter spot, just hit this title. Okay, there's many websites out there that will help you scan for the cryptos that you're looking for based on your criteria, but I use coin market cap, guys. Okay, and so first step is to go to filter, to this filter tab down here below, and you're gonna see this little box here, and we're gonna go ahead and input all 3 criterias. First one is market cap, which is from 1 million of company value to 10 million company value. Okay, very simple. Next thing is volume. Volume has to be 1 million, more than 1 million, and no more than 100 million. Okay, and the price and the percentage change. Remember, crypto moves 24 hours, so we want to see the percentage change. Okay, based on the percentage change, then we can move on to checking the rest of the criteria that we're looking for. Okay, so anything above 10%, and no more than 500%. And after you input all those criterias, then you could go ahead and press apply. Very simple. And then you could go ahead and sort out from 24 hours from high to lowest. Okay, and as you can see, guys, we don't have a lot of crypto going on. Remember, the Bitcoin is going down, so you're not gonna have a lot of options here. Okay, um but we have one page, and we still have opportunities every day. So we have about 7 cryptos here to look at. Most of these are not going to qualify. Remember, look at these. They have very low volume here, these first 3. This is the one that's been traded the most today. OWL, which we already talked about, had an awesome trade. Now the next one below that, the rest of them are not good right now for trading. The next one to see would be this highest one for the day. Remember, the trading day just started for crypto. It nearly started, so you see right here on this time right here. So a little bit more time, but it is uptrending here. Let's check this one really quick. I know it's not, it doesn't qualify completely what we're looking for, but it still has a pretty good movement here. I wonder what is it called in the markets. Number 1? What the hell? So the area that has been traded the most is in Pancake Swap. 44%. It has 103,000 of liquidity. Okay, what is this? This is the size of liquidity pool. Larger pools generally reduce the price impact when trading, which lowers slippage, which is good. The color indicates how much the reported pool size reflects the effective liquidity near the current price. Yellow liquidity is spread across many price levels. It's only what the fuck? It's only part of the usable at the current price. This is the case for automated market makers. Okay. Green liquidity is allocated towards customized and more concentrated price intervals. This makes the stated amount of liquidity more effective, because it only applies when traders actually swap. Okay, so that's pretty good to know. This case is concentrated for AMM and CAMMs. Okay, so that's pretty good to see, to know. So it has a lot of liquidity right now, so that's what we want to see, liquidity. Let's say USD1/1. That's what we're gonna go ahead and check on this guy right here. USD1/1. Is it the one that we're looking for? I don't think this is what we're looking for. Mm-mm. Yeah. You can fix life in one day. You can fix life in one day. Let's write that. Maybe by writing that, this is gonna help us find it. You can fix life in one day. Okay. Oh, right here. Okay. There we go. 5 minute. And okay, there we go. We found it. Okay, so this thing has been running since Monday, guys. Okay. This thing running since Monday, and it's already has gone up 100 and more than 100. 198, about 200%, guys. That's pretty damn good. Not sure how. The way I would look at this thing, this is the confirmation pullback. That's the resistance level, guys. Right here, you could have took advantage on the breakout, right? Breakouts and bounces, guys. This thing went up 10%. You could have took advantage there. And this was on Tuesday, yesterday. Okay. Next one. That's a high day right here. As it went down, they reclaim highs again and break out successfully today. Okay, you could have took advantage on this move. It went from 8% to as high as 51% on this move. Okay, 53%. So pretty outstanding move, guys. I mean, you could have took it at the bounce and reclaim high days again once more. This is another resistance level. You see, that's why you see the bounces off this support level. And this is the high day at this current time. You have about 2 lines here that I have to mark. This high and this little high right here. And this is the high day now. So it's still consolidating off the highs, guys. I'm not sure if it's going to continue to move. It might move. My plan will be for us to wait for a bounce off the support levels. Okay. So good liquidity. Great. Nice. Move since Monday. Off highs, and my plan is to wait for it to bounce off support and test high of day once more for a breakout. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. Did we put the date? Yes, we did. 211 around those times. So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for it to go down, test off these support levels, and bounce off and test off the highs right here, any of these levels. Remember, this thing is very cheap, so whoever bought these low and continue to hold of these highs, guys, you have a couple thou. Okay, so pretty good move, guys. I don't see anything else moving at that level. Memes will continue. It's below the percentage that we're looking for, guys. So yes, yeah, we're not gonna continue probably in, well, this one already, we watched this one. Score, this one looked like it's, let's check this one. Score. And Score, the most active market right here is Hotcoin. Score USDT on Hotcoin. On Hotcoin. Let's see if we can find that. If we can. Nope. No Hotcoin. Unfortunately. Yeah, and Hotcoin, guys, I don't know who the hell are these people. That's why you gotta do your research, your due diligence, and check. Oh, this one is the one that has been trading the most, 40%. Okay, but remember, look at the volume, guys. It's not even over a million. Okay, the price, this you know, Bybit. Let's check Bybit. By might be the one that we're looking for. I appreciate every single one of you guys spending a little bit of time with me here. You know, this is good for learning. I wish I could have find somebody like me that would break down things like I'm doing here. Bybit. Let's check that. Bybit. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, I mean, I don't like to see a lot of junk here. I mean, you see all these channels here. Not too clear. No, this looks a lot more clear. See these moves now. Then it went in another phase here, and now today it seemed like it got fixed again. You know, so really untrustworthy right now. It's consolidating above the VWAP, and these are the highs of day. This is another resistance line at this moment. Confirmation pullback. So this could be considered as a resistance as well. And so, you know, right now these are the levels that it's going through. I mean, as you can see, I mean, once it went down, it bounced off these levels. So these are levels that are legit still. and right now I got to deal with this resistance line. Not sure if I'm gonna watch this one, guys. Okay, we will want more volume. Look at this. It has 10 million of volume, more than 369 million of volume. Okay, more than the average. Okay, we don't want to see that. We want to see more than that. Okay, so yeah, that one is not gonna be on our list. But it was interesting to analyze a little bit about it. I didn't know. I think this is new. I've never seen this out here, or maybe I just made myself blind. I didn't see this one. So that's pretty good to know the liquidity here. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. All we have is two cryptos and two stocks, guys. That's all we need in our journey, guys. You don't need more than that. And yeah, this is how you find them. This is how you make a watch list. This is how you make the watch list based off your criteria. In this stream, you found that I filter out um all the stocks based on my criteria, guys. I make it very simple, very easy to understand. And if you still don't understand, guys, go ahead, check all my stream, guys. Little by little, you're gonna grasp all the information eventually, guys. Okay, it's like going to school and learning the same math on and on and on and on and on until eventually you get it, so, or any other subject. This is part of learning, guys. Repetition makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, you know and so yeah, guys, this is pretty much it, guys. We're done with both stocks and crypto. I hope you guys enjoy the stream, guys. I mean, we did 3 hours and 7 minutes, guys. We did a lot today. Hopefully you guys loved it. Remember, we do this from Monday to Friday, guys. And I don't charge nobody for this. So make sure to show support, hit the like, the share, and follow, guys. Um on Saturday and Sunday we do gaming, guys, as well. So if you guys could show support whenever I go gaming and having fun, then that would be awesome too. And yeah, guys, anyone that's new that haven't joined Rumble yet, hit the QR code. That will help you be part of the community and join Rumble. And yes, guys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Let's see if we could raid somebody really quick and show support. Try not to raid the same people, but let's go ahead and raid the boy Dev. He's playing 2K26, so if you guys could go ahead and show support on the boy Dev. Let me go ahead and get a link really quick. Bear with me for a second. Let me get a link really quick so we could raid him. Show love over there. Okay. So it did work. Okay, so okay, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. We have more stocks, guys. Pretty soon, in like 5 days, the stock market is gonna be closed. It's gonna be President's Day, so hopefully you guys have a good afternoon or great night wherever you are. And guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys.